Xbox had exclusives, but no one was buying them. Well, Xbox One had exclusives. I know they had like Sunset Overdrive. They had Killer Instinct. They had this. They had Halo 5. I can't really think of any other ones off the top of my head, but I can think of that. I think Killer Instinct is not a good one because that's a franchise that is skipping like how many generations to have a sequel? I think the last one was on the Nintendo 64 or before that. So I don't know how many people are actually interested in that game. Halo 5, it is Halo, but Halo hadn't been like they just came off Halo 4, which was pretty decisive for the fan base. Not only that, they also had the Halo Master Chief Collection, which I have seen firsthand how that affected people. I had a roommate, Dan. We went to two different schools. Dan was like a casual gamer. All he did was play I think it was like World of Tanks. That's all he cared to play. And so he bought an Xbox one day for the Master Chief Collection. And the online was like broken. Like you couldn't play it. And then Dan was mad. He was disappointed and mad, and he never played it again. He bought the Xbox One and he like left it in the living room and never played it again. And I remember reading reviews on so many people that were like baffled that the Xbox collection, which was like just a collection of old Halo games, and they couldn't get the online working properly on the first day. And then I remember it took them a while to get that working. That really pissed like quite a few people off. I don't think their decision making was the smartest at that time. It seems like they were inflicting more harm on themselves than good. It seems like it. The TV stuff didn't pan out. They had that whole TV thing that you could hook up your Xbox One to your cable box at a time when people were switching to subscriptions services, which was kind of a bad call. They had the Kinect requirement. People really hated the Kinect, its previous iterations. So there was already like general animosity of the thing. Like Sunset Overdrive, I'd like to play the game, but I don't know how many people are interested in playing that game. Like a PlayStation dev making a game for Xbox, I'm not sure if that's appealing to people or not. I don't know. They had something special with Halo multiplayer. It could have gone on to be a major multiplayer franchise, but they dropped the ball. I didn't personally. Well, I don't know. So like I played a lot of Halo 2. I wasn't around for Halo 1, and I didn't play that much Halo 3 online. I played like 700 matches. I know I say that's not much, but it's nothing compared to my time in 2 and Reach. Reach, I played like 2,000 plus hours worth online. I thought Reach's online was good, but I came to find out that some people didn't like the way that you could run in the game. They didn't like it. That you could get an ability that allowed you to run. It was my favorite ability in the game. But you could also get like armor lock. You could get the jetpack. I think you could also get one that like I might be wrong. I think there was one that propelled you forward, but I could be misremembering. Maybe that was Halo 5. But apparently some people didn't like that stuff. I don't know the degree of how many people though. But I remember when they went to Halo 4, it was just like the first Gears of War game that went to a non-Epic Studios company. People were there was animosity. Like there was some nice changes, sure, but then there was like I don't know if I like this. And then when they went to Halo 5, there was definitely some people that were like, "Okay, I don't like this anymore. This is too much like Call of Duty." And then there's some people that are like, "I like this. This is like Call of Duty." So I don't know. Like and now you have Halo 6 online that's free, and it's like it's free, right? And how many people are playing? Let's go to Helldivers. Helldivers 2 has 29,000 people currently in the game, which I think this is pretty impressive. Well, nobody gave a shit about Helldivers 1. And there's only 2 games in the series, right? So almost 30,000 people. Halo Infinite, they have less than 1,000 people playing it on PC. That's crazy. Like for how big the Halo IP was at one time, That's kind of crazy, I would say. I have no idea if they had a battle royale, to be honest. Co-op PvP. There could be people doing co-op in the campaign. There could be people doing just to have below 1,000 people on PC. I know it's an Xbox historic franchise, but still, I mean, Helldivers, the first game. Well, no, the first game is on PC too, but that's very low for what you would expect from Halo. But the Master Chief Collection has more people playing it than Halo Infinite does. So there is clearly a dislike for what they're doing, like, or a non-interest for what they're doing. I couldn't tell you what it is. I mean, as someone who has played a lot of hours in Halo Reach online, I also don't have an interest in playing this either. But I couldn't really tell you why, really. Maybe it just got old. But then again, then that would bring up questions of like, well, if that got old, why didn't Call of Duty get old? Which would be a fair question. I don't know. But they are clearly not doing as good as they used to. That's also a major problem because then if you they basically I guess that's what I'm getting at is that I think they lost pretty much all their juggernaut franchises except Forza. I think Forza right now is their last real remaining juggernaut franchise that is doing good. It seems like Halo's doing bad. It seems like Gears of War is doing bad. There was a lot of people that were very vocal about not liking Gears of War 5. And then Gears of War 4 was received lukewarm. And then even the one before that, which was made by Epic Studios, which was Gears of War Judgment, was also not received that well. And those are 3 games in a row. That's not doing as good. And then if you go and you look at the competitor, you got Horizon selling 30 million between 2 games, I think, or 40 million. You got the God of War franchise still going strong. Uncharted 4 did pretty good that generation. Killzone didn't do that great, but Killzone isn't really that big of a IP. Infamous also didn't really do that great, but same thing. Infamous isn't a crazy big IP. And then that studio came back with Ghost of Tsushima, and that did well. Last of Us Part 2 did well. Marvel Spider-Man did well. God of War 2018 did well. Like, you can just see, like, there's just a sheer difference in, like, a reason of why someone would buy a console over another one. Like, at that point, Xbox is practically just Xbox Game Pass. I think that's less exciting than, say, like, oh, man, you have... or Bloodborne and its 7 million copies sold. It's just giving people more of a reason to buy the competitor. They're not. That's why I said, like, I don't personally believe this rhetoric around people saying like they think exclusivity is awful. I think in terms of consoles, it's actually giving people a reason to even care about the machine in the first place if they wanted to buy it. I think Xbox just kind of put themselves in a corner. I didn't realize that it was doing that bad in terms of sales. That kind of sucks.